Hey folks, I am back. Um, it's been a couple days. What is this, day 11? Um, and yeah, so this week I'm back to my regular work, to my day job, meaning that I didn't have as much time to work and definitely not time to record. I did a lot of this kind of during off time, during breaks at work. Um, so I show you what I got right now. I didn't really add much to the game. In terms of gameplay, but I added quite a bit in terms of graphics. The main thing you can see that we have animation right now. He's got sort of a hopping and jump, and it's a little derpy. It's not perfect, but it works. It definitely feels okay. It's not perfect. I'm not a great animator. Um, I'm really not an artist, and if I say that, it always kind of freaks people out because I can kind of get by. My stuff isn't really program art, um, but I'm absolutely not an artist. I don't draw at all. Um, I my background, like education-wise, is actually in graphic design, so I think I have a decent eye for colors, and that helps me a lot. And I can kind of put things together. I kind of construct. Um, I construct my art more than I kind of visualize it in any kind of artistic sense. I and at some point I kind of feel like doing an animation for programmers thing, um, just because I feel like it's a subject that could be useful to people. They seem to have a lot of trouble with animations, and I had a lot of trouble with animation until I had. Oops, that's not going to work, is it? Um, until I came up with a system that worked for me in particular. That is basically based around just don't think about things. A lot of artistic stuff, a lot of the kind of tutorials and lessons that I was looking at were very I don't want to say touchy feely, but there was a lot of like, well, work on things and practice every day on your art until you'll get it. And I just felt like, well, okay, but I don't necessarily have so many days, you know, hours every day to work on that particular thing. If I want to make games, um, I need to be able to do everything, right? I need to be able to do art and music and programming and just every bit of this has to be something I can do if I want to make my own stuff, or I can play nice with others um, and team up. But I'm actually, I'm not. I don't, for whatever reason, I don't seem to do with well in teams. Um, and I really would like to. I'd like to try things in this, and I don't want to like have that be an issue for me. But just as a matter of me making the things I want to make, I have to learn to do the art and the programming and the music and everything, and the design. So because of that, um, the approach of simply practicing it until you get it, didn't feel like it would work for me. It would just be too tedious for for this. If I was an artist, I would absolutely practice every day. If I was a programmer, I'd program every day. But if I want to just make my own things, then I kind of need to do a little of everything. So as far as animation goes, I kind of have a way of breaking things down into component parts that kind of works for me. Um, anyway, so there's animation. Now, the other thing I was thinking of is the actual gameplay, which was pretty fuzzy before. I didn't really have any ideas. Um, and I think what I will do is I will basically rip off Waking Mars because Waking Mars is awesome. And so I knew that you would have monsters, and I knew that they would interact in some way to get a result. but had no idea how they would do that and what that really meant. So what I think I'm going to do is that they're going to be monsters. Yeah, I'm just playing through it over and over to kind of feel it. There will be monsters, and because it's probably a lot more interesting to see than the screen here, there will be monsters and special flowers, like two types, right? A fire one and then a water one. And the temperature differences are what will actually drive the gameplay forward. So you grab the fire seed, you throw it at the balloon monster, and it inflates like a hot air balloon. You throw it at it while it's deflated, and it freezes into a block of ice. So you can move it and then throw a fire flower to thaw it, and then another fire flower to turn it into a balloon. So that way the puzzles will all work themselves out because you have that. There'll be a second kind of monster that spits out flames. So those flames are dangerous. You don't want to let things touch them unless you cool them off with the water flower. And then stuff like that, right? So there's a kind of a chain reaction. I have 3 monsters, and with 3 different kind of states for them to be in. That's 9 different setups, and they all interact with each other in different ways. Like I have another one that's like an inflatable one. You throw it at him, and he kind of grows like one of those sponges, sponge dinosaurs that you bought as a kid that really sucked. All right, so that I think is going to be the core of my gameplay, and I think it's pretty doable within the time I have. And I can think of a bunch of different mechanics for it. And we can kind of call this chapter 1 of this game. If anybody's interested in it, then I'll come up with more chapters. So that's basically it. I think we'll be working on that as time goes on. I'm going to try very hard to work on this significantly over the weekend. It's pretty difficult when you have a day job to do much after hours. It's just very tiring. But that's the point, right? We're doing this so that we can learn and learn what we're going to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave any comments if there's anything you'd like to see, but otherwise, yeah, have a good day.